Hi, I'm the Mamita, and welcome back to my kitchen. This is Salt and Pepper Easy Cooking, and today we're going to make something really nice. We're going to make a nice little shish kebab. You know, it's summertime, picnic holidays, people graduating, you know, all kinds of things that says summer. So this time, I'm going to make something that says summer on the barbecue. So we're going to have a shish kebab, we're going to have salad, and we're going to have a nice rice. The shish kebabs in which I'm going to make are going to consist of pork, which is my favorite meat, you heard that before, and also beef and shrimp, which I love seafood. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to build our shish kebabs. Right here I have my pork and my beef. I have my skewers, and my skewers are soaking. And guess what? I'm actually soaking them in water, and the water has a little tad bit of seasoning in them. When you put this seasoning in them, it makes it really nice. And then on top of that, I'm going to take the skewers and I'm going to rub them a little bit, just a little bit in the middle with some oil so that they can cook really nice on there. And when we take them off, they slide off really easy. On the shish kebab, it's going to consist of onion, green pepper, yellow pepper, red pepper, mushrooms, which I love. I know some of you don't like mushrooms, but I do. And the onion in which I'm using is a red Spanish onion, which is really, really nice on shish kebab. It looks pretty. So all the colors are just really beautiful. And then at the end of the skewer, to make sure everything stays together, I'm going to take a couple of these nice little sweet little tomatoes and put them at the end. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this Italian dressing, which is good to really barbecue with your meats on your grill. You just take it and you put it over your meat, and it gives it a nice flavor where you don't have to use too much of the seasoning. And of course, this is Salt and Pepper Easy Cooking, so we're going to use a little salt, a little pepper, a little McCormick, and then I got a little surprise for you, which I'm going to sprinkle on top of it, but we'll talk about that when we get to the end of it, putting all of the meat on the skewers. I also have, over to the left of me right here is my shrimp, but I'm going to bring them over later when I finish stewing the beef and the pork. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take this Italian dressing, and I'm going to pour it off in this bowl so that we can, that's going to be our dipping bowl. And that's all about what we need. And remember, I don't measure, I just throw it in. And you throw it into what you need. So if we need a little bit more, we throw a little bit more, okay? So right now we just start from the skewer, take it out, okay? And we're gonna take one of the lovely mushrooms, okay? Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Sorry about that, we gotta start over. Because you know what I gotta do? Gotta get the oil. Just 1 second. You know what oil I use? The nice olive oil, which is good for you. Canola and olive. Nothing else. Don't get the vegetable, don't get the corn, don't get any of that. Canola and olive. So we're going to take this, and then I need my scissors, because I got to cut my meat up a little bit into cubes. Now the beef meat in which I'm going to use, you got to make sure you check your beef meat. Don't get stew beef or anything like that, because that's not a grilling beef. You want to get a tenderloin beef, because that's a grilling beef, so it won't be tough. That'll be nice and tender when you grill it, okay? So I'm going to cut the beef up, I'm going to cut up the pork, and I'm going to rub the sticks with a little bit of the oil. So just 1 second. And I'll pour a little bit of the oil here. We're going to move this just for a second. And we're going to pour a little of the oil in here. Okay, just to rub the sticks a little bit. Okay, and we're going to cut up the beef in the pork. Okay, right here is the beef. I'm just going to cut them nice sized chunks. Don't be too skinny with them. Nice size, so they look really nice on your skewers. And we don't want to take off the fat, because the fat's going to give it a nice little flavor. So we won't take the fat off of here. Okay. Going to take our pork and do the same. Now the pork in which I chose, which is the top of the country ribs. You remember that from last time? The country ribs? Okay, so the country ribs actually has a little bone on the top of it, so we're just going to cut around the bone, which is what I just did. And we just keep cutting. Try to get as much meat off as you can. Like these. Got these for Mother's Day. Just for my show. My daughter gave it to me. Thanks, Dad. We just keep cutting. Meanwhile, I already have my grill on. I have a hot spot and I have a cool down spot. You want to make sure you have a hot spot and a cool down spot. The hot spot and the cool down spot means, if you don't know what it means you put like more oil, more coals on one side than you do the other, so that you can have a hot spot and a cool down spot. So when your food is cooking, you want to cook it evenly. So when it starts to cook and it gets the, you know, the grilled on your meat, then you want to move it over to the cool spot so that you won't overcook your meat. You don't want to burn it. So you want to make sure you have a hot spot and you want to make sure you have a cool spot. Okay. All right. So now we're ready to start putting it on the skewer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little of my fingers here, rub right in here. Don't go up the top. You just want to stay in here because you don't want to put any oil on the bottom, on the top or the bottom. Because if you do, that means it's going to have a problem on the grill. So then we put on one of the pieces. And we go with, this is the pork. Put that in. Okay. Then we go with an onion. It doesn't matter how we do it. It's up to you. Okay. Take another piece of the pork. Okay. Then we take a green pepper. Make it look pretty. You know, different colors. Okay. Alright, we'll take another piece of the pork. And, you know, not mixing it. Sometimes I do, but, you know, I'm going to keep it separate due toward the fact that some people don't like pork. Some people prefer just eating beef or just eating maybe all vegetables or seafood. So I'm just going to keep it simple with one specific meat and put the vegetables on with it. Because what's going to happen here is that at the end, when I make my nice rice and this is finished cooking, we're actually going to lay this on top of the rice, pull it over, and it's going to be something delicious. And this is really good for you. It's really figure friendly because we're going to put it on the grill. Okay, I'm going to take one more here. Okay, one more. And we will take a red. Okay. And then what we're going to do is going to push it up. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put one of the tomatoes at the end. Make it look pretty. Okay. And after we do that, then we're going to lay it on the nice tray here, which I have. Okay. And then here is where the salt and the pepper and the nice Italian dressing comes in. So I don't wash my hands first because I touch the meat and everything. I only stick my hands in the salt and pepper and the nice McCormick, in which I always use with the ground garlic powder. And we are going to season that up really nice. I'm going to put a little of this. Okay. A little of the pepper. Okay. And a tad bit of the salt. Just for now. We start off doing that first. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take a little of this and we're just going to pour it on a little bit. I'm not even going to brush it, going to pour it because I like